Hello folks, this is my first time to doing the facts about the web movies, in which some people find it interesting in order to keep everyone updated. However, in this version, we are travel back to where we explore these three films that have just copied from the same formula: Greeny Phatom the movie, Go Animate the movie, and Patrick's Big Movie. Without further ado, let's dive in. Somehow making an animation is a difficult job, especially when you're tried your best at least not to copying someone else's ideas. Greeny Phatom the movie is notorious for its slideshow-styled MS Paint movie with no movements, it's just people who doing their pose. And instead of the scene where he arrests Dr. Beanson, the officer has decided to bring this toy back to little guy. So what is the point of confronting the robber when you instead take the toy back to the person? But at this rate, both Go Animate the movie and Patrick's Big Movie have better animation, comparing to its poorly made Greeny Phatom film. You know what they say. They have TTS voices instead of real voice actors this time, which is a good thing, but however, Greeny Phatom the movie's TTS voices have poor quality of the recordings, can make it hard to understand what the characters are saying at times. Which is very disappointed because this is the world of animation and it's just getting ridiculous to these days, and the dialogue is extremely laughable and nonsensical at all times. And to this day, nowhere is safe. I can't believe I'm saying this, but there are so many clones of Greeny Phatom the movie and this is getting ridiculous, so at this point, we have Go Animate the movie, Mario's first movie, and even Patrick's Big Movie in the same formula. Honorable mentions such as Battle for Dream Island the movie and Doki the movie are also included in this same formula too, so that angered a lot of people. Now there's some serious topic. What are we talking about? False advertising. Anyways, we'll go take a look on Greeny Phatom the movie first. If you can take a look at this poster, this is completely bland. Video's description claims that the movie came out on February 18, 2005, when it actually came out in 2012. It also claims that companies like Sony Wonder, Paramount, Klasky Csupo, Children's Television Workshop, and China were involved in it and the famous cartoon writers worked on it, all of which are unironically false. Go Animate the movie is notorious for its copyrighted logos and misinformation credits trend, which is started to hit the downfall of the Beyond community, as well as grounded videos, although grounded videos are became popular to these days, and 20th Century Fox, now known as 20th Century Studios, wants nothing to do with this movie, as well as Adventure Time toy, since Adventure Time didn't air until 2010 while Beyond didn't found it until 2007. Third, Mario's first movie claims to be owned by Columbia Pictures and Nintendo when in reality this Beyond movie is false. Listen, you've been added fictional characters that are not related to Nintendo, so get it right, will you? The John 4444's The Mario movie features Pac-Man, in which he is the Bandai Namco mascot, so this is not the real Mario movie. With the Super Mario Bros. Movie being released in April 5, 2023, these two movies aged very poorly. Now, both Battle for Dream Island the movie and Patrick's Big Movie are all claimed to be distributed by Universal Pictures. The same thing to Greeny Phatom and Beyond. Battle for Dream Island will not have its theatrical movie, and with Patrick Star being owned by Nickelodeon, this aged very bad. However, unlike its four movies, Doki the movie had made the right choice to be owned by Story Choice. But however, Doki will not have his own movie theatrically in reality, and keep in mind that I still don't like Darren Pipster to begin with due to his controversies surrounding the Rod Fellows. Yup, the release dates for these two movies are all misleading. For example, Greeny Phatom the movie in the description claims to be released in February 18, 2005 when the movie itself actually uploaded in September 19, 2012. The poster also claims that this movie was released in July 21, 2002, which is false since the TV series Greeny Phatom itself didn't upload it until 2009. Go Animate the movie, on the other hand, claims to be released in July 30, 2006, when in reality, Beyond didn't founded it until 2007, which was run by the founder and former CEO of Animate, Alvin Hung, until Gary L. Ipkowitz, the CEO of Beyond, stepped in, so Greeny, Phatom and Animate can technically be seen as an anachronism, with the exception of these 3 movies. Now there's the 6th reason that left us scratching our heads. Apparently, from one plot after another, Greeny, Phatom the movie, alongside Animate the movie, Mario's first movie, Patrick's big movie, Battle for Dream Island the movie, and Doki the movie had reused plots 5 times in a row, which is getting out of hand. Now, the most infamous part is the chase scene. It follows us where the person, which depending in its view, go after the toy thief, only to be foiled as the police officer give the toy back to the film's protagonist. The movie ends with a cliffhanger note, with the protagonist breaks the 4th wall that they'll try again tomorrow, so that means these 6 movies will not be able to get a sequel once the movie ends. Even the trailer of Animate the movie 2 won't save it either. There is no escape from revealing the most notorious 7th and last reason. The posters, if you can see these 5 posters there, this is a rip-off of the poster for South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. The movie's tagline also rips off one of the taglines for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Hero. Legend. Sponge. Let's face reality, Paramount Media Networks won't be happy about this situation, because South Park is owned by Comedy Central, while SpongeBob SquarePants is owned by Nickelodeon, so if it is real, then they'll get sued in the court for plagiarism. The Mario movie, however, did not follow Greeny, Phatom the movie's poster, so Disney Chris and Zane Studios is safe. Okay, never mind, I spoke too soon. So in conclusion, 6 movies have been used that formula, as I am sure I'm unaware of that. Patrick's big movie have the ending scene rewinding it back to the start of this movie, TTS voices were included in these movies, and there are some false advertising in this rip-off posters. So, the winner is Animate the movie. Well, I don't know what to say for now, 9 out.